Attention passionate Washington Commanders fans. Latest news, something big is happening in the NFC East and it could change the game. We're talking about a direct impact on Washington Commanders' path to another Super Bowl run, a power shift that could leave a division rival stumbling for years. We're bringing this to you firsthand. But before that, if you're a true Washington Commanders fan, subscribe to the channel to strengthen this passion even more. Show that you're also part of this family. Let's help each other reach 1,000 subscribers. Share with YOURFRINDSN Washington Commanders FANS. Let's get to the news. Now, folks, if you've been paying attention to what's been happening around the NFL lately, you know that the Washington Commanders are not sitting still. No, sir. The team that used to be called the Washington Football Team, which has always been a franchise with a rich history and passionate fan base, is making some serious moves behind the scenes. And these moves are all about strengthening their roster, especially on the defensive side. The buzz right now is that the Commanders are on an aggressive hunt for elite pass rushers, the kind of players who can change the course of a game with a single move. And believe me when I say, this isn't just idle chatter. Sources close to the organization have confirmed that the Commanders are leaving no stone unturned in their quest to add explosive pass rushers to their squad. What makes this particularly interesting is the strategic nature of these pursuits. The Commanders know that in today's NFL, having a dominant pass rush isn't just a bonus, it's a necessity. Look at the top teams in recent years. They all have one thing in common: a relentless, disruptive pass rush that keeps quarterbacks on their heels. Washington recognizes that to compete and elevate themselves in the NFC East, they need to bolster their front line, and that means bringing in players who can get to the quarterback quickly, force turnovers, and create chaos in the backfield. The team's front office has reportedly been engaging in conversations with various pass rushers across the league, exploring potential trades, free agent signings, and even draft options. It's a comprehensive approach, showing that they're serious about addressing this critical area. Now, when we talk about pass rushers, we're not just talking about guys who can rush the passer. No, the Commanders are looking for players with a specific skill set: speed, agility, raw talent, and the ability to read the play. They want players who can bend the edge, whip around blockers, and get to the quarterback in a flash. These players are game changers, and the team is well aware of that. A disruptive pass rusher can swing the momentum, force a fumble, or tip a pass into an interception. These are the kinds of plays that can turn the tide, especially in close games, and the Commanders are aiming to be on the winning side of those moments more often next season. This pursuit isn't happening in isolation. It's part of a broader strategy by head coach Ron Rivera and the team's management to build a well-rounded, aggressive defense. Over the past few seasons, the Commanders have shown flashes of promise on defense, but consistency has been elusive. Adding impact pass rushers is a clear statement that they want to change that narrative. They want to become a team that opponents fear when they line up to face Washington. And if they succeed in adding a couple of game-changing pass rushers, it could dramatically improve their defensive stats and overall team performance. You see, historically, Washington has always been known for its stout defenses, especially during the glory days of the 1980s and early 1990s. Those teams had pass rush legends like Dexter Manley and Charles Haley. Fast forward to the present, and the team is eager to recapture that ferocity. They understand that a strong pass rush can cover up some defensive lapses and take pressure off the secondary. Plus, with the NFL's evolving offensive schemes, having a quarterback pressure system that's relentless can disrupt timing, force hurried throws, and lead to turnovers. That's exactly what the Commanders are aiming for. Now, fans are obviously buzzing with excitement. You see, this isn't just about adding a player or two, it's about signaling a shift in philosophy. The team is clearly committed to winning now and building a defense that can compete not just in the NFC East but nationally. The NFC East, as many of you know, has become increasingly competitive. The Philadelphia Eagles, last season's NFC champions, have a stacked roster with an elite defensive line. The Dallas Cowboys, with Micah Parsons leading a fierce pass rush, are always contenders. The New York Giants under Brian Daboll have also improved defensively. So the Commanders know they need to respond in kind. They need to match or surpass their division rivals' vigor and talent if they want to climb the standings and make a serious playoff push. Regarding the current roster, Washington's defensive line has shown promise, but it's clear they need more firepower. Players like Chase Young, if healthy, can be game changers, but durability has been a concern. The addition of new pass rushers would not only complement existing talent but also add depth and versatility. It's about creating a rotation that keeps players fresh and pressure relentless. And let's not forget the importance of scheme fit. The coaching staff is likely evaluating players who can execute their specific defensive schemes, whether that's a 3-4 or a 4-3 look, depending on what they decide to prioritize. And speaking of players, there are rumors and speculations swirling around some potential targets. Names like Brian Burns from the Carolina Panthers or Montez Sweat, if he becomes available via trade, are being discussed among insiders. The team is also eyeing free agents who can provide immediate impact, especially those with proven pass rushing ability. The draft could also be a possibility, with the team holding multiple picks in the upcoming draft, giving them the chance to select a premier edge rusher early in the process. But what about the fans? Well, the excitement is palpable. Imagine a defense where the front four consistently pressures the quarterback, forcing hurried throws and creating turnovers. That's the kind of defense that wins championships. And with the talent they're targeting, the Commanders are signaling that they're serious about pushing for that level of excellence. They're aware that a few strategic acquisitions could transform their fortunes. It's about building a roster that can compete with the best and finally bring that Super Bowl trophy back to Washington after so many years. Now, I know some of you might be wondering about the timeline. When could we see these moves happen? Well, the NFL offseason is always unpredictable. Trades can happen suddenly, and free agents are signing deals right now. The Commanders are likely working behind the scenes, making sure they get the right fits for their system. The draft is also coming up soon, and that's a prime opportunity to add young, talented pass rushers who can develop into stars, so keep your eyes peeled. We could see some exciting news soon that could dramatically impact the team's outlook for next season. And let's not forget the importance of leadership. Players like Jonathan Allen and Darren Payne, who are already part of the team's core, will be crucial in mentoring new additions and maintaining a high level of intensity. The defense's success isn't just about individual talent, it's about chemistry, scheme, and mentality. The Commanders are undoubtedly trying to foster that culture of relentless pursuit and toughness, and the pursuit of elite pass rushers fits perfectly into that vision. In the bigger picture, this move also shows the franchise's commitment to winning. Washington has had its ups and downs, but the organization is clearly focused on building a team that can contend now and in the future. Their aggressive pursuit of pass rushers is a statement of intent. They understand that to overcome the NFC giants and make a deep playoff run, they need to be disruptive and dominant on defense. This is a team that isn't content with just competing, they want to dominate. And for the fans watching at home, I know you're just as excited as I am. The hope is that these moves translate into wins on the field, into playoff appearances, and ultimately into a shot at another Super Bowl. It's been a long time coming, and the passion in Washington is only growing stronger. The community, the fan base, the city, everyone is eager to see this team rise again, to see those iconic burgundy and gold colors flying high. The journey is far from over, but the signs are promising, and the team's front office is clearly putting their chips on the table. Now, as we look ahead, there's a lot of anticipation building. Will the Commanders pull off a blockbuster trade? Will they sign a free agent who becomes the centerpiece of their pass rush? Or will they draft a young star who develops into a premier rusher? Whatever happens, one thing is clear. The team is making it known that they're in the race, that they're here to compete and to win. And that's what every true fan wants to hear. It's about hope, it's about passion, and it's about believing in the potential of this team to turn things around. So stay tuned, folks. We'll be following every move, every signing, every trade, and every draft pick that can shape the future of the Washington Commanders. This is a pivotal moment for the franchise, and whether you've been a fan for decades or just recently started rooting for them, the energy is undeniable. The team is on the rise, and the road to greatness is being paved right now with these aggressive pursuits for pass rushers. And now, Washington Commanders fans, I want to hear from you. What's your take on this? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Your opinion matters so much to us and to the Washington Commanders. Do you think these moves will be enough to push the team into serious Super Bowl contention? Who do you think they should target? Are you excited about the draft prospects? Let us know. And don't forget, I'll be back soon with more updates, so stay tuned for the latest Washington Commanders news. The future is bright, and together we're going to witness some exciting times ahead. Keep the faith, keep the passion alive, and let's see this team rise to new heights.